the seekers, barefoot and wide-eyed, with hands to the sky and questions inside. We follow the whisper, the ache in our bones, not for answers but to feel we're not alone. This is the journey, not a map but a spark. We walk the unknown with wide open hearts, sharing the moments, the shift and the sign, so you don't have to walk it alone this time.
No, you got friends. We're walking it with you.
Next
we
time.
try the old ways, the breath and the flame. We sit with the silence, we call it by name.
This is the journey, not a map but a flame. We bring back the stories, the shift in the night, so you can decide what feels deeply right. This is your journey, and you are the light.
You are the light.
You are the light.
You are the light.
We're all so sparkly.
Everybody's.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of The Journey, the Human Experience to Spiritual Enlightenment. I am Betty Cody, and I also have with me today, let's start with the gentleman over here,
Sean Cody.
Sean Cody, and our wonderful returning guest,
Anna Path.
Anna Path. And Anna Path is with Cascading Sounds for the Soul. So if you are looking for a great, deep, what is it called? Sound bath that penetrates every little fragment of your body, you definitely want to come see Anna. Anna, do you have any upcoming shows coming up soon? Session?
Where
Huh?
am I?
Where are we?
August 30th, I'll be at Carmen Coconut, and August 25th, I'll be
Yes.
joining you guys. We're collaborating with Breath Through Sound, Sea to Star.
Sea to Star, where breath
August
and
25th.
sound meet.
August
At
25th.
Ascension.
At Ascension,
So if-
7:30.
yeah, so if you
7:30.
guys
Doors
are
open
here,
at doors open at 7.
Yeah, and we're going to be outside under the stars. We're going to make
Yeah.
it comfy cozy for you. So come on down and breathe and relax and refresh.
It's going to
and
be
renew.
amazing. I'm excited.
It truly is. It's,
I'm excited. We just did a test run and it was awesome.
yeah, we just had a
Yeah.
breathwork session right before
Right?
before we
I
jumped
know.
on here. So we're
I'm
all
feeling
It's the way to
so
start the show. Get the
refreshed.
release.
we're
Big
all
release.
rejuvenized. But yeah, if you guys are interested in joining us, you can RSVP by either contacting Ascension directly, or you can also find us on Eventbrite, and you can purchase your ticket there, reserve your spot. Space is limited, and don't forget that this is a wireless headset event, so it's going to be really
fully
intense.
immersive.
Yeah,
Fully immersive with that.
really intense. And
All my instruments are mic'd, so
ooh,
I'm excited. I know I'll get to play some instruments that I normally wouldn't play, but we've been working really hard at this, and we know that it's amazing, this beautiful gift that we're going to bring forward.
Absolutely, and it's all about connecting with the entire stars and skies that are within you, and then also washing it away with that tide, with the beautiful sound of the ocean that is also going to be played with whale sounds.
Yes.
So
Yeah. I've never heard a sound bath the way we've been able to create this one.
I know, it's
I never have. We've
amazing.
been able to put so much into it, and I mean, it's like Anna. It's like you coming at us from 6 directions at some point.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. I know. I never knew that. All my instruments, were so capable of all this. But Sean gets all that techie stuff going, and
Right?
it's amazing. It's amazing to put a headset on and listen back to it.
Yeah,
And then he
yeah.
adds all the extra accoutrements in the background.
Right.
I love it. It's
All
a
that special magic.
beautiful.
The
It's a
surprise
beautiful
stuff.
marriage of all
Yes.
these different things between tech and old sound and ancient
And beautiful
breath.
souls.
Yeah, so-
Equipment that was never meant to be recorded
Right?
in some cases.
I
But
know,
you
but
made
we
it
all
out.
And
fig-
some of it
we
doesn't
figured
let
it
us do
out.
it.
Oh
We
my
figured
goodness.
it out.
Yeah, but we have been recording our hearts out. Like I was here so much so much in the beginning. Now we've really got it all together, and
Well, I think we've been working on it for what, about 4 months now?
yeah.
Mhm.
About 4 months,
Yeah,
at least twice a week. We've been here for hours.
Yeah, so we're not coming at you willy-nilly. This is real deal, real stuff.
With a lot of
Willy
intention.
nilly. That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
sayings.
There's a lot of intention and a lot of goodwill and a lot
and
of
so
love.
much love. So
Just
much
so
love.
much. So,
Because each one of us puts in so much of us ourselves into it.
and I'm excited to be able to share that with everybody. And I think that it's a beautiful time to come into community with like-minded individuals too, because everybody that shows up is in that same mindset. And it's just nice to meet other people that just want the best for everybody and just want to feel good and have others feel good as well. So it's a beautiful community that we're building, because
Yeah.
that's what we're becoming, a family here, and I love it.
Yeah, for sure. So get in there on the ground level, and then just keep track of us, because
Yes.
we're going places. We're going big places.
I love it. Yes, and this is
Mark
definitely
my
Hey,
words.
William.
the beginning of our tour. Hi, William. This is definitely the beginning of this tour, and then we're gonna have various different locations, even outside
Mhm.
of Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. So, but we're gonna try to hit a few more here as well.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but this is definitely one you don't want to miss
Oh,
it.
definitely. And let's not forget, when the weather gets cooler, we're going to be
We're gonna be
bringing this
everywhere.
to the beach, to the
Mhm.
parks, So with the wireless headset, you can take this and have your own experience, wander into the trees or take a walk down the beach, enjoy
Come
the
with your
sunset.
friends. Mhm.
And you don't have to stay in the group.
You can come with your friends, come with your loved one. You can make it your own space, your own
Yeah.
sanctuary, wherever you want to be. That's the beauty of having these wireless headsets. You don't have to be sitting there and just, not doing what you want. If you feel like the need to move or walk or do whatever it is that you need to do, you absolutely have so much space to travel, with these headsets, which I love that. It's a lot of freedom. It's a lot of freedom, which I
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yep.
All right. So
I can't wait for cooler weather.
I know. I'm excited. So we've got something that we're going to talk about today. And obviously, since we started our journey, since we started our journey, we definitely been looking at different types of things. And the best part about Married to a Techie Person is that everything that techie that comes out that is a combination of, oh, this is pretty neat. And it could also work with like meditation, or it can work with like different aspects of what you're looking into. Let's see how we could beef it up or bump it up. And he brought this to me, and he's like, we've got to try this out. It's called Lumenate.
It's super cool.
So let's tell them a
Very.
little bit about what Lumenate is and how you kind of came across it.
To be honest, I come across it the same way I always do. It's rolled up on my Facebook page, and I was like, let me check this out. And then I dug into it a little bit. But these people have actually done EKGs to see how light affects your conscious, subconscious, brain in general. And they've built this program based on that. So literally the flash from your camera on your phone flashes at different frequencies and different rates, and it literally gives you a hallucinatory effect. So you don't have the, it's not like a high where you're hallucinating and you're high off of some kind of drug or something like that.
Right.
But you literally see things. You close your eyes, you aim this thing at your face, and you go for a 5-minute session, 10, 15, 20, 30-minute session, and it becomes its own little journey. It's very intense. It's got a lot of different I guess you could say programs or sessions that you could go through, from
Rhythms and
mind exploration. I mean, let me bring up
So one of the things I do want to advise, if you are sensitive to light, and if
Oh, yeah,
you have
there's-
seizures or anything like that, that could be triggered by rapid moving light, this is
Yeah.
not for you.
they do have a disclaimer on it, and it gives you the warnings, if you're epileptic and different things like that, or
Mhm.
seizures, you shouldn't do this, obviously. But it's the same as if you go to a super intense flashing movie.
Right. It's like going to a rock
wouldn't-
concert
you-
sometimes where you have all the lights and all the
Right.
things that
Yeah.
can be a little bit,
So
even though your eyes are closed through the whole session. So your eyes
They've
are
got-
closed.
they've got sessions for negative thoughts. They've got sessions for deep exploration. They got sessions for stillness, meditative exploration, and they have John Lennon mind games as
Oh.
one of the options that you can go through and have a light experience. And then work-life separation, loving kindness, euphoric release, poetry with Lumenate.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There's
a
so many
tranquil
things.
movement, drift off,
Yeah.
intensive exploration, sleep reflection, tranquil moment. There's a lot, and that was one of my concerns because I went ahead and bought it for the year, and then I looked through and I was like, oh, there's like 10 of them.
Right.
Yeah, but then
Well-
you said you can play your own sounds with it too, and it adjusts.
But the light is its own program, and then it has a soundtrack with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I at first I thought there was like 5 or 6, and I was like, okay, well, how many times can I watch these 5 or 6?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went into the library, and there's a bunch more in the
Wow.
library. I haven't seen new ones, but I've only had it for about a month now, so I don't know how often they come out with new stuff. But I personally, my favorite one is deep exploration. You're able to do that one for a 5-minute session, 10-minute session, 15-minute session, or a 30-minute session. So you choose. And to be honest, I don't like the music, so I turn
Yeah,
the
it's a little
music
generic.
off.
Okay.
A little
turn-
generic.
Yeah, I turn the music off, and I turn on the journey frequencies, or I turn on something that we've
Perfect.
created with sound bowls, and I listen to that. And I don't know, it was a very intense experience. You're going to see a lot of colors. The flashing light is only white, but you're going to see a variety of colors. It's like a kaleidoscope sometimes,
Mhm.
and then literally it makes you feel like you are having visions
Yeah.
because you're literally watching the kaleidoscope by, and all of a sudden, boom, you're looking at pyramids, and then boom, you're looking at kaleidoscope again, and then boom,
I saw a
you're
lot of
looking at-
trees.
I saw a
Trees and
lot
like
of
overhead the tree. The trees were so big,
yeah.
but I was above the tree.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
That was pretty neat.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the colors. And then you're like, it was only flashing white. And I'm like,
Mhm.
get out of town. Because I mean,
Yeah.
beautiful, brilliant colors.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, I mean, I've had visions of pyramids on it. I've had Egyptian glyphs, people that I don't know, people that
Underwater, I
do
did.
know.
I saw
I've had
something underwater.
I've had a couple times where it seemed like it was underwater. Lots of pyramids, lots of like wormhole effects. It's very crazy. I mean, this is anybody that's got any epilepsy or seizures, look away.
Oh, he's gonna
But
flash
that's what
the,
it
the
does.
light. So
What?
this is what the light basically does. Hi Tony. Hi Melissa. Thank you guys for joining us. So we're talking about the Lumenate app.
Eventually, it's
And
gonna flash.
it gives you a little warning before everything, so I'm sure it's probably
Yeah.
doing that. And the thing with this is when this light starts going off, your eyes are closed and the light, your phone is facing you. So the flash is facing you. And then you're going to see these different patterns of light that come from your flash. So this app takes over that flash
And that's literally it.
and creates a whole different pattern depending on which one you're. So you're seeing that it just kind of goes.
If you could
Starts
zoom in on me
blinking.
and close your eyes, name that at your face, you would see what I mean. It's that intense. I've accidentally held it the wrong way and had it flashing back on me in a mirror and still had
Yes.
that
So
experience.
when
That's
we
it.
when we did this meditation, so yes, Melissa, the Lumenate app is literally an app that you could just get on like your regular like Apple or your app store, and we purchased it. So
Here's
we've
that
been
QR
doing
code
it.
if anybody wants it.
Oh, there's the QR code. He's going to pop it up there. But so basically, Sean and I used the same exact one. So this is how we've been testing it. Because I'm like, okay, is this making you see these things? And you're just like, everybody's going to see the same thing or what? So I was kind of concerned about it. And so Sean and I did exactly the same one, sitting basically side by side, lights out, and just had the pattern going. And we had completely different meditation visions,
Yeah.
completely different. And in that night, I remember I got very overwhelmed because it felt very, very real. And that was the first time I've seen like things in color. Like they felt like very like you and me sitting right here. My exploration mode, I guess you could say, mine went underwater. So that was the night that I went underwater. Hi, Caitlin. I went underwater and I was able to see beings that were underwater. I saw like a big stone door that they were like standing in front of, like about to open. I also saw like almost into like a cave-like area that was half water, half cave, like stone all the way around it. And I saw a bunch of, what I would consider like beings, or I wasn't sure if it was extraterrestrial or like water or what they were exactly, because we didn't talk. But it felt very telepathic. Like they were very aware that I was there looking at them, and they were very aware of, so they were looking at me, and it was kind of like intense.
The Atlanteans.
Yeah, very intense. And then after that, during that experience, then it kind of like, it almost like popped me into another vision. And in that vision, it was a bunch of bubbles in the water, and it was just kind of like going, kind of like a fish tank. You know how all the bubbles,
Yes.
but like an enormous amount of bubbles.
Like a portal of
Yes,
bubbles.
it was like a portal of bubbles, and then all of a sudden I heard something say, "Breathe," and I'm like, "Okay." So I breathed, and I'm like, "Oh, I can breathe underwater!" Like, this is so cool. And then
So cool.
as I breathed underwater, then I was going through the tunnel, and I'm like, I was literally when we were done with it, I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck was that? So
I'd be
I'm
like, put it back on. I need to get through
I
there.
need to talk to them again. I need to talk to them again.
My experience has not been that in depth of a vision like that. Mine is more of like I see something and then I can see kaleidoscope again, and I'm like, what was that?
That
I
was
just
more
seen?
of mine, but I
know?
only experienced one time. I don't know which program you had me on, and I did a short one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you only did
But,
the 15-minute.
Yeah.
That was deep exploration.
I
That was the
definitely
one you did.
want more.
Oh yeah, it's very intense, and it for me that was like the most vivid one that I've had. We've tried other ones like before bedtime and stuff, and I do feel different things, and they're all different. I haven't had the same except for like the trees. Like it's almost like everything starts where I'm like flying over the trees and I see them kind of going like rapid, it's almost like I start like midway and then the trees are going fast. I'm like going through them really quickly. And then all of a sudden, like I elevate to above them and now I can see like it's almost like
Yeah.
these are trees.
It almost
You
it
know?
almost sounds like you get that tree effect where I see like the tunnels a lot.
Yeah.
So I get like wormhole effect, like if
Mhm.
you watch Star Trek and you're like zipping
Yeah.
through at light speed through the little wormhole thing. That's what I see, but sometimes there are different lights, sometimes they're different colors, sometimes there's a sun at the end, sometimes it's a light at the end, sometimes I don't know what's at the end and there's nothing there, which is odd because the light's flashing. You wouldn't
Yes.
expect that I would see black,
Right?
Right.
but yet
Yeah,
I'll
to
s-
go completely dark like
yeah,
that.
it'll feel like I'm going through a tunnel and you feel it too.
Mm-hmm.
So you see and like you're going through a tunnel, which I kind of get because it's flashing a light in my face, but then you look at the end and it's dark and
There was
It's
no
bright
light
white
at the end of the
lights.
tunnel.
there was bright white lights, so I shouldn't see just an orange consistent sun at the end either.
Mhm.
Sean
so
and
it's
I-
very, very weird.
Sean and I have one common thing that we both have seen, and that is
The
an
orange eye.
We've
you know?
seen an eye, and this eye is kind of like the eye in the sky kind of thing, and it's just big and it's
And
part of
that's
everything.
very consistent. I see an
Yes.
orange one in a lot of these. Either I'll see no eye or I'll see an orange eye when I do some of these.
And for me, I've seen it like almost like cloud-like. I've seen it very bright and like where it expands, and I can see the pupil of it like almost like looking. It
Mhm.
feels very because there's no face, there's no expression. It's just an eye.
Just an eye.
But I
Right.
feel it like
You
I
see the
see
whole
you.
iris and everything.
Yeah.
And I learned the hard way. Have a plan on how you're going to hold the phone if you do it and you're laying down. Because I did fall asleep on the one sleep one and then the phone slapped me in the nose.
Oh
It
man.
was a pretty rude awakening.
morning.
It was a pretty
Yeah.
rude awakening.
Hello, wake up, sir.
Get
That
some
was
tape.
that was pretty intense. I love the fact that when Anna did hers, and we had the pleasure of having Anna here when she did it with us. She was like, "Wow, that was so many colors," and I literally look at her and I'm like, "It only flashes a white light." She's like, "What?
For real.
How
was
is
like,
that
"Whoa."
possible?"
Beautiful colors too. Just
Yeah.
stunning
You
colors.
said you saw like a kaleidoscope, right?
Yes.
was
More
pretty
like
neat.
what Sean describes was my experience with it.
Yeah.
That was pretty intense.
The drift off one is really nice too. That one helps with sleep a lot. I get very relaxed from that
I'm
one.
gonna just have
I
to
have-
get my own.
I have
Mhm.
less flashes and like weird visions in that
Mhm.
one, but that
Mhm.
one is very relaxing and it takes me to sleep. And it's like a softer strobe or something because
Yeah.
it's not that intense like the kaleidoscope and the flash. And what was that? I think it was a pyramid. And the
It was like
flash.
a-
What was that? I think it was Egyptian glyphs. And then the
Mm-hmm.
kaleidoscope comes back, and then you're going in the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's
Like
not.
being on Space Mountain or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's not the
Mhm.
same thing. The drift off one is got a completely
Mhm.
different feel for it. So, a lot of these are vaguely different, in the experience it's giving you. And again, when I looked into it, they said that they had done EKGs to determine the frequencies and the
Mhm.
rates and
So what's the
all that
science
stuff.
behind this? This is what I want to know
that
because I
is the
feel
science behind it.
I feel like there's like a spiritual connection thing because obviously like there's something that you're seeing that you're connected to or whatever because we're all seeing different visions even though we're seeing the same exact pattern of light flashing. Literally, him and I are on the same phone. Like we sit side by side, and we watch them flat. Like we're watching the same.
I
flash.
take the risk of the foam falling in
Yeah,
my
he
face.
holds it and
'cause
I
she
watch.
leans away.
And well, can I tell you a funny story? Like the very
It's
first
called
time.
neural entertainment.
We'll jump into that. So the very first time that we used it, we weren't sure how to use the app. So we were laying in bed, and Sean put the flash like facing. He's thinking he's got to watch
I thought the screen was going to flash, not my
I would think
flash on
so,
the
yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
And it still worked because it was reflecting off the mirror in our bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh.
It
So,
was reflecting on
yeah.
the mirror across basically the room,
But it still worked.
flashing back to us, and it was flashing at one point. Like I opened my eyes. It was weird because I opened my eyes, and it makes it look like, you remember like when you're like when you used to go to like a club or something, and everything looks slower because the flashing lights and stuff like that. So like anything that
The
was spinning.
discoteque.
Yeah. It looked like it was slow motion. I'm like, why does the fan look so slow? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's the light. So, and then I'm like realizing, I'm like, okay, this is not as intense as I thought, but I was still seeing stuff. And then we realized that we had the phone backwards. So if you do use it, the flash, you turn your phone around. You just want the flash in your face, basically. And it does say that the closer it is,
the darker
the more
it is,
intense.
and the closer it is, the more intense it gets too.
So we do make the room dark, and then we allow that. So it like consumes you a bit because it feels like that's the only source of light in the room when we do it. But I think that we've had really cool experiences, and anybody that we've had like try it has had very different experiences. We had our friend Lisa try it, and she said that she even felt that there was a presence, like she felt like there was something that she was communicating with, that felt intelligent. So like I said, everybody's had something different. And I think that the more that you use
mine's
it,
a trickster. It wants to make me wonder what I just saw.
Yeah.
It gives me a flash of something so fast. I'm like, what was that?
Well, maybe
Right.
And I just get 30 minutes of that.
maybe your mind moves quickly. That's why you have to
Yeah.
like relax it and let it absorb. So tell us a little bit about this neural entertainment.
It says the core mechanism that allows Lumenate to create this powerful altered state of consciousness. So they're calling it a state of consciousness, is neural entertainment. This is a phenomenon where the brain's electrical activity or brain waves synchronize with the frequency of the external stimulus such as light or sound. This process is based on the natural tendency of the brain to match its frequency to that of an external rhythmic stimulus, a concept known as frequency following response, Through the neural synchronization, it is then possible to softly guide the brain into altered state of consciousness between that of deep meditation and psychedelics.
Oh.
In Luminate's case, this is achieved using the phone's flashlight strobed at research-driven frequencies on the user's closed eyes. So it kind of sounds a little bit like the binaural beats where you're listening to a frequency in each ear and they just kind of come together. Only
But
this
now
is
you're
taking
seeing it like
lights and psychedelics and making them meditation and psychedelics and making them come together.
Isn't that wild?
it's so crazy, right?
It is incredible that they figured this
I
out.
was joking about that part. I guess.
No, but I'm just saying this makes sense. Like how it can change your patterns and what you're seeing. And like I said, it's just a white light that's flashing. You could see colors sometimes. You could see different types of structures. You can see different people.
But it's the lights flashing to a frequency.
Yes. Yes.
Journey has a plan. We have a plan.
What?
We're going to do this with strobe lights
Oh, that's pretty cool.
because she thinks it's going to be more effective if we ignore this whole thing and we just do the strobe lights and get the strobe lights going at theta and gamma and alpha and beta, like frequencies matching the binaural beats.
For like
She
our
thinks the intensity
sound,
can be duplicated.
Well, we'll have to check it out.
for the sound
I'll be
bath
in
and
double.
breathwork class.
Double. She thinks it can be double the effect
That would be
that Luminate
amazing.
has.
We
Well,
would
I'm
definitely.
coming over on that day.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Well, she also wants me to buy $8,000 worth of equipment.
Oh,
for
come
her,
on,
so-
Journey.
Yeah, I told her we got to work on the
Can't
budget.
we try with one?
Yeah, I think we got to
strobe
work.
light?
No, it's not the way she wants to do it.
Darn. No, she wants the whole production, it sounds
Yeah.
like. This is pretty intense. So what are we looking here? It says subject and neurological effects. This method is visual entertainment results as users experiencing visual, what is that called? Bertostek?
Bartosek.
2001.
L20, I don't know.
It says ego and imagination-based effects with the intensity rated to be similar in strength to effects induced by psychedelic substances. So if you guys have ever done like, I'm assuming psychedelics is what they're talking about, like mushrooms or ayahuasca or bufo or
LSD.
Yeah.
LSD. So you're looking at all those. It could be the medicine stuff, or it could be like the stuff that people have for fun. I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're saying psychedelics, like that's any category basically.
Yeah. So this is supposed to be mimicking the what you see with that substance, except
Right.
you are very clear
And
minded.
that's what I was talking about with the EEGs.
Mm-hmm.
So they were doing the EEGs and trying to get the light or managing to get the light to mimic the same effect the psychedelics have in the brain.
Yeah.
So that's my understanding of what they're doing. So if you were to take a psychedelic while you're doing an EEG, it would light up your brain in the same areas that their goal is to light up with the basically the strobe lighting of the flashlight.
Mm-hmm. And if you go into that graph there, it says the summary of altered states of consciousness. So it looks like 100%. So you could see it says vivid, time, strange, spirit, space, peace, patterns, past, muddle, merge, intensity, float, eagle, and control. So it takes like all the different portions of your brain. It looks like it's almost like
This is what they've
it
mapped.
lights up each
This
one.
is what
right?
they've mapped with the EEG, and they're stimulating with the light.
Yeah. So like vivid, my imaginations are extremely vivid. If you look at the chart there, my perception of time is distorted. What do you feel about the perception of time when you're doing it? Do you feel like it's the full 30 minutes or do you feel like it's gone fast?
The more I do it, the more my perception of time remains consistent. But like maybe the first one or two
Mm-hmm.
is just like you're so overwhelmed by everything that's happening that you lose track of time.
Yeah.
But since then, it has not happened.
What about you, Anna? When you did it feel like a full 15 minutes or did it feel longer or
It
shorter?
felt longer to me.
Yeah.
It definitely felt longer.
I did feel like that when I first
Like,
tried it.
Stop the ride.
Yeah. I was kind of like,
But not.
I get into my own head. So I'm like, am I doing this right? I'm like, okay, all I got to do is just shut my eyes. Like, I
Right.
don't know what I'm doing wrong. But I start kind of like overthinking. And then I was like, oh, did I waste a lot of time? Am I not going to see something because I'm here thinking about stuff and blah, blah, blah. Until finally, like, my brain stops. And then when it stops, like, too much processing, then it was like, oh, now I can experience.
Yeah. You have to let it relax.
Yeah. And I to me, that was kind of like the main key was like letting your mind just kind of stop. And that was the nice thing when we incorporated your sound bowls at the we basically did it at the 8:30 time slot that they come on the journey frequencies. We turned off the sound for the app and just put up the sound for the frequencies channel. And then we heard the sound bowls while we were doing that, which was really intense because it almost is weird because it felt like it went with whatever was flashing.
Nice.
And we were like, because when we were done, we're like, wow, didn't that feel like it went together? And we're like, yeah, that was really intense. And I don't know what happened, but it felt like just like very, like the sounds that were happening were kind of taking you on that journey, the journey.
Yeah.
As you were watching the different flashes. And it felt like just different experiences all in the same session,
I love
if that makes sense.
Yeah. I would think that what you're listening to and the flashing are going to come together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
well, one of the things I was curious about, because like you just all of a sudden you'll randomly see a pyramid,
yeah.
and then you'll be back to kaleidoscope, and then you'll randomly see a car. So I kind of have been trying to just picture what I wanted to see, and
Setting
see
your intentions.
see if all of a sudden, and if it does do that, then I think of something else to see if it's going to then produce something else, to see if the subconscious is just kind of creating it, if I can get in there enough to do that. And it's only worked a couple times.
It didn't work
It's only
for
worked
me.
a very small handful of times.
That would
So,
make sense to me because if you set your intention and say, okay, I'm going to go on this
yeah,
journey. And
I want to see a bikini girl.
So he
And it pops
literally
up, or a car, or
he
a
told me
horse,
yesterday,
or-
he's like, okay, think of something that you want to see. And I'm like, and goofy me, I'm like, a raccoon. So I'm like, oh, the raccoon. So I didn't, and he's like, don't tell me what it is. I'm like, okay. And then he goes, just tell me if you see it. And I'm like, all right. So we do the whole thing. And literally what I saw last night was so different because everything that I've been seeing has been really, really old or ancient. And this one was like 1950s. I literally saw like a woman in like 1950s dress with her husband, and I even told him, I'm like, it was a whole story. Like he gave her a lipstick, and she loves the lipstick, and I mean, like, and I said she was very sad because he ended up passing away. And I talked about the whole thing. I could see their house, I could see their car, I could see the woman, you know, like just very beautiful, like very classic, you know, looking. And I'm like, and the guy, he had glasses, but he would only wear them to read when he was reading the newspaper. He didn't need them for the rest of the day. Only, I'm like, how do I know this? Why do I know this stuff? But it was very intense. And then, so after I was done with the meditation, he's like, so did you see what you saw? I'm like, no, I didn't see a raccoon.
Yeah, if she went to the trash, it
Well, I
might
don't know
have
how
been a
you would even
raccoon.
have focused on a raccoon with that whole story.
I'm
playing out.
watching the whole thing. It was like
Dang.
it was like I wasn't even her. I was just sitting there watching their whole life.
Melissa thinks it
unfold.
was your past life when you used to be a
Oh.
donkey.
The raccoon, the raccoon or the lady. Yeah, and I told him, I'm like, she was so sad because he died, and she was like just like grieving him for such a long time, you know. And it was just very it was very interesting because I felt like I could tell you the color of their kitchen.
Yeah.
I could tell you the color of their vehicle. I mean, like
I've
everything.
been curious to
Yeah.
kind of notice whether or not it's actually like hypnotizing, you know, because if it's just weird to me because like you have such a huge story,
Yeah,
you know, and I don't see a story. I see a flash that makes me wonder what I saw.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, like one of them was literally was like I was in a field of pyramids. And there was like this green shield going over all the pyramids, but it was touching the tips of all the pyramids. And all of a sudden it would flash every now and then. It'd make the pyramids go green. And it was just like, it was just that quick little clip.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't,
Yeah, I want
it
a
wasn't,
vision.
it wasn't like, and then they went for coffee because coffee is what they did on Tuesdays. And I
No,
didn't
I
get the
saw it.
story. I just see the little picture and then I'm
Yeah,
kaleidoscope.
but pyramids in that protective
Mhm.
dome. That's
Yeah,
that's
It,
pretty
it
cool.
is very cool, but then it was kaleidoscope. Now I'm going through the wormhole. Well, what the heck was it that I saw the pyramids? It doesn't matter. We're going through the wormhole. Look, there's a sun at the end. Doop, it's black now. And it's just like,
and the lipstick was
just
called
chaos.
Scarlet. Just so
Yeah,
you know,
so-
I seen it all. I saw it all. I saw it all. So if anybody, and I even when I woke up, I said her name. I think her name. I said her name was either Patricia or Patty, and then because that's what I kept hearing, Patricia or Patty, and then I heard Elise. I don't know. And I was like, you know what? I should have, I was going to write it down so that I could remember. And I just remembered now that I was going to look it up and see if I could find somebody in that time period.
And you got to
yeah,
find some
but that was
scarlet
what I was
lipstick.
getting at is if
Yeah.
it's hypnotic. I mean, it potentially could have taken you on a past life regression. I mean,
It
you know
could
how
have,
past life
yeah.
regression stuff works.
Mm-hmm.
So that's potentially maybe something like that is what's happening to you more so than what's happening to Anna and I when we experience it. Because I do see cool stuff and I have no explanation for it. I mean,
Yeah.
I watch Ancient Aliens, but I don't know what Egyptian pyramids and glyphs and all
Right.
this other stuff are. You know,
Yeah.
but I'm getting like flashes of that kind of stuff.
Remember that night I told you that I saw the man cutting the wheat?
Mm-hmm.
There was a man. Okay, so this one was it was a day that he was seeing pyramids, and that night I saw like what felt like a man that was cutting like these big. To me, it looked like wheat because it was like moving, you know. And he's out there just cutting down the wheat.
The
and the-
sweetgrass.
Yeah, it was just, but it was like
And then he chopped the head off a raccoon.
no. And so I'm watching, and he's like in very like old like time clothing, like almost like, you know, like I don't even know how to explain it, like a robe type of thing. And he's out there like cutting down wheat, and I'm seeing this guy cutting down wheat, and then it shifts into I see a man in a tomb, and I see this man in the tomb, but he doesn't look dead, but I know he's dead. Like in my mind, like I know that he's not there, but his body's there, but it looked very like fresh, like very like if you would just breathe air into him, he would wake up. Like that's what it felt like, and it was like a younger man. And he had a beard, and so he's like, "Did you see Jesus?" Because he's like, "You're describing Jesus." I'm like, "I don't know.
I
I
was
saw a
thinking
man in a
that.
tube, and he was laying there, and he's wearing like this white. It almost felt like a, you know, like almost like a diaper. You know, like I don't even know how to explain this, but I saw him, but he was like in a fetal position.
Mm-hmm.
But he looked like even though I knew that he was in a tomb and he had passed away, he looked very alive. If that makes sense.
And you're on this breathwork journey now, so you
Yeah.
want to breathe life into him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're always talking about visions and whatnot that
Yeah.
you have, so you're very much connected.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can see why you're
So this stuff
Getting
may
more.
be taking you into a trance state where you're seeing a lot of things that are much, much different than what everybody else
Yeah.
is experiencing.
Yeah. And I felt like inside the tomb, like one of the big things, like I saw the stone was all around it, but it was almost like almost like looking into a fish tank, you know, like the fish don't know that you're looking out at them, but like you see everything. And it kind of felt like I was standing there, like looking at everything, even though they were enclosed. And then I felt like there was light, but the light wasn't coming from anywhere. It was coming from inside there. The light was bouncing off of that.
I think it was Jesus.
Might have been. It might have been. So it was, but that's what I felt like. And I told him, it's like, I felt like that man that I saw could have just come back to life at any point. Cause he
And
didn't
he
look, he didn't look like there was anything wrong with him. You know what I mean? Like I knew that there was I knew he had passed, but he looked like he just needed like one more step and he's alive.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. And so it was very intense, but it didn't look like all the paintings and things that I've seen. He did look like what I would say, like almost like a Middle Eastern,
Mm-hmm.
the darker hair and stuff like that, but not, I wouldn't say that it was like all the paintings and stuff like that that I've
Right.
seen. But so that's why I couldn't say, oh, it's that, you know what I mean? But it was just very, very interesting. Anyway, I have a very vivid imagination too, so like who knows? Maybe this is triggering all kinds of stuff.
It's definitely
Well, I
triggering
mean,
all kinds of stuff.
it's very, very hypnotic. So, I've looked into hypnosis a lot. I got the certification as the hypnotherapist and everything else just because of how much I was looking into it. I actually did some of the classes and stuff like that. And it really does have a feel that it could be putting you into a trance state. Once you got a trance state, what else can influence you, or where else do you go from there? I mean, past lives is an option to go from there.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
So again, that could be more of what your experience is. But
And I
that's-
totally believe.
I think
in past
the
lives,
more
we've all been.
the more consistent experience is what you and I have been describing
Yeah.
from the other people that I'm talking to. Where
Yeah.
you get that flash of something, and then your kaleidoscope wondering what that something was. You're not just getting a whole story.
And
I
I
don't
think-
think that's as common.
I think a lot of that too is like monkey mind,
Mhm.
because I can't sit and meditate. Like that's why I love the musical
You
meditation.
didn't think anything else other than this light, though,
like-
when you were doing this, did you?
No,
It just takes everything else out of your mind.
Yeah.
Everything else
But
goes.
to
and all
focus
the time
on
it is
one
that
thing
light.
is like.
Yeah.
But
sometimes
again, I've
it-
only did it one time. So
Sometimes it knocks me out too. Like I fall asleep in it, but then as soon as it's done, I'm back. It's weird.
and you remember.
And I remember everything. So, because he'll be like, you're snoring. I'm like, I'm very relaxed because I do snore. I snore a lot. So
We all snore.
a lot. So as soon as I like get like too relaxed, I'm just like, then I start snoring. But like I felt him like trying to wake me up because he wants me to experience it. But what he doesn't understand is like, even though I'm asleep, I'm still like in it. I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
It's just my body's asleep, but my mind is still going, and it's still, maybe that's what makes it easier for me because I'm not aware. I'm not like, let me
That's a
stand and be
possibility,
aware that
too.
my body needs to be awake.
Maybe I'm just
kinda like,
waking
oof.
you up because you're disturbing me, and I'm trying to enjoy myself, and you're snoring in my ear.
Why? My visions are way better than
Yeah.
yours. Like, you seem kind of boring. Just
You're
kidding.
not so bored.
Just kidding.
Going through the tunnels and all
Yeah.
the colors.
Yeah. No, but that's pretty interesting though. I think the mix of how it all works it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it triggers in your head or what it does, but when you get into you do have to get into that very relaxed state in order to, I guess, feel the full benefit of it. Because if you're still like you said, the monkey mind
Well, I think
still going,
that's
it's
what the
hard.
light helps you to alleviate, because literally my mind's going 100 miles an hour when I try to meditate. A lot of times it's very
Yeah.
difficult. Sometimes I don't have that happen very often with this. If I wanted to just sit down and actually, when I do this, most time I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to see now? And then I'm going to focus on that.
Mhm.
But if I wanted to just say, you know what, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to meditate and I'm going to focus on meditating, well, I wouldn't be thinking about 1,000 other things, because that light just,
Yeah.
it's different. It's very unusual. It's very cool. I give it an A+.
Well, I'm definitely going to download the app.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
You're sold. You're
Nah.
in.
Because one time,
They need to give me a
commission.
referral fee. Commissions,
They should give us
Right.
commission for reviewing and putting it out. I think it's a really cool app. I think it's something that if you're really into meditating and you want something different, this is definitely
no side
different.
effects, no shady streets you got to go down.
Mhm.
No,
You know?
none of that. And you still get that visual like you would on a whatever they call the psychedelic trip
Yeah.
or whatever. But it was
Something I
cool.
did find out the hard way is if you decide you don't want to finish the whole thing, turn the phone away from your face before you open your eyes to get up.
You get
Oh, that would
LASIK.
be
It's
bad.
blinding.
Yeah,
It's
I can
blinding.
imagine.
It looks like LASIK, just right, in your eyes. But I think that how much is this app, by the way, for if people want to purchase it? I know they had like different price
They have a free um,
free 5 minutes, right?
free 5 minutes, and then they've got, I think it's $13 a month, or it's like 49 or something like that for a year, 49 or 69. I already bought it, so I can't see the price. I don't know. You'd have
Yeah.
to look at another.
So you have to look up and see what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure that right now, because we're talking about it, and if you're watching this, you're probably gonna get 18,000 pop-ups on your
It's
phone
true.
about it. So then you'll be able to see for yourself how much it is. But would you recommend the year one, or are you still think that the month would be good?
Yeah, I would try the month one first. Then you can always upgrade to the year, because I am noticing that the more I do it, the less effective it seems to be now. It's like I'm kind of getting, I'm starting to get numb to it. But then
Oh.
you're having even crazier stuff happen the more you do it.
Mine's
So
getting more intense, so I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, it's going to be up to everybody. For myself, unless something changes and it gets more intense all of a sudden, I would
Mhm.
say a month is probably more longer than I'll do it.
I'll try
I've
the
been,
month.
yeah, I'm at like 3 weeks now, and I've been doing it about twice a day just to mess with it. But I mean, maybe I'm doing it too much, and now it's just numbing me out to it.
Yeah,
Maybe
you've
if I take a
grown.
break and I come back or something. I mean, the longevity of it's hard to say, but just from the way I feel right now, I would say by a month I would be done with it unless something changes.
Mhm.
Everybody's going to be different, though. She does it every time; it's more significant.
What is your
Mhm.
longest session that you've done?
I do the 30-minute sessions pretty much
And do they
always now.
have
And
longer than that?
no, they don't have longer than 30 in each one. Some of them you're only able to do 15 minutes. Others you're only able to do 10, and others are a full, up to
Okay.
30. So you can do like the deep exploration, you can do 5, 10, 15, 30. And then there's an advanced exploration or something like that. And that one you can only do 15 and 10. So there seem to be preset rules on what you can do each one of them for, but you can do them back to back too.
You can. There's no limit on how many you do like in
No,
a row,
no.
though.
But if one session is 30 minutes, I could immediately finish the session and restart a 30-minute session of the exact same one and do it again.
Yeah.
I
But
think
now,
it's
how
I think
much
it's about the
stimulation do you want?
well, I think it's about the music, because each one's got its own little music
Yeah.
program. So if they've made a 5-minute, 10-minute, 15, 30
Mhm.
for that segment, then you can. But they've got one that you literally it's called Play Your Own Music. So it just plays the light session, and then you play whatever music you want to it. But that one to me is not as good as the others. So I just I play the others, and I turn the volume off.
And
Yeah.
then
And then I
listen to
play
what
my
you
own
wanna
music
play.
anyway. So that's
Right.
my play my own music is deep exploration, 30 minutes with my own music going in the background and the volume off.
Because I would think part of the frequencies coming from the sounds that they're accompanying with it.
Yeah, I would assume they're matching them, but you and I have done a lot with binaural beats and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, and I'm not feeling them. I'm not
No.
feeling them in the app.
I don't think it's
So-
like one affects the other as much as we think, because if you're putting music that you're connecting with or that you like,
Yeah.
it's not like it's gonna change the impact
Well,
of what you're seeing.
what I'm saying is, it seems like they would match like some binaural beats to the lights,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I don't think that's happening. I think it's just a music
Mhm.
that they have in the background. I don't think there's like a binary beat or binaural
Component to it.
There's no
Mhm.
frequencies in the music. Their frequencies they're projecting with their light.
Right.
They're not doing
Okay.
both. And that's why when I listen to like the sound bowls that Anna and I have put together, that's got binaural beats in the background. That's
Right.
got
Love
the
back
sound
and
bowls
forth.
that have the frequencies and all that stuff anyhow. So you've got that whole spread, and now you've got the light doing the same
Yeah.
thing. I don't know which ones the lights are doing when, so it's hard for me to match music to that, but we have a pretty good variety of music that's pretty good. So
Yeah.
Or what the intention of the light is either. We don't really know that, because it's just a different pattern every time it flickers. And like I said, we've done the same exact session at the same exact time and come out with 2 different results. So I don't know what maybe that's a user thing. It's a user activated.
Well,
I don't
and
know.
it's your individual, mindset as well. I don't see how they could put two people side by side and have them get the same exact.
Right.
I don't know
Well,
if
if it
that's
was
possible.
what I
even.
was curious initially was if it was something with the way they were projecting the light. You know, if almost they're able to use like my eyeball as like a projector screen and they're projecting something on it with the lights just kind of
Mhm.
going back and forth, then we would see similar things or see similar
Yeah.
colors and similar times and similar things like that. And we don't at all. And
Mm-mm.
that's why we were doing it literally from the same phone
Mhm.
when we would do it. And, you know, there's been a few times where we're just, as we're doing it, okay, I just saw a pyramid. Okay, I just saw this. Okay, now
Yeah.
I'm in the thing. Okay, stop. I just want to enjoy it now. We're definitely not seeing the same things.
Yeah, we were sitting there and I'm like, I was trying to describe to him as I was seeing things and I'm trying to tell him what they are. And he's like, all right, I'm done. Like, I don't want to hear no more about what you're seeing because I'm not seeing any of that. And I'm like, okay. So we'll just talk after
Yeah.
because it was a completely different experience. Like, he's
Mhm.
like, I was throwing his off because I was telling him about, you
Yeah.
know, what I'm seeing. And he's like, that had nothing to do with what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so because we're trying to test it in different ways, and then we
Yeah.
just figured out, I'm like, this. Oh, we also did it with the putting it on a stand. He grabbed the phone and he
Yeah.
put it on the ring stand, you know, the light,
Yeah.
and he put it on there. We both sat in two chairs in front of it, so we had it like at the same distance, pretty much both of us, and same. It was not the same experience either way with the same light flashing and the same music. 'Cause
We
had,
didn't know. I mean, it worked just as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have the same visions or same
Yeah.
colors. We independently had experience.
And Sean sees different colors than I do a lot of times too.
Yeah, I see cool colors. You don't.
I don't see like bursts of colors like you guys do, but I do
Oh, man.
see, yeah, I don't see it like that. I just see like things like, you know, people and stuff, but not the same. Not the same colors. Just the eye. The eye did have colors. That was it. This is a pretty intense conversation. I like this.
Yeah, me too. It's going real well.
There's our friend Josh, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, from Animal. He did have a very cool experience too when he did it, and he was actually mind blown. He's like, "What?" Like, he was not experienced. Like, he had the same thing where he was seeing a lot of colors too. So, I think that was a really neat just comparison to seeing different people have different reactions and stuff. And I always wonder, like, would age influence it? Would experience influence it? Do people with more spiritual beliefs, would that influence it? So it would be cool to do like a test run with different people and
That would
kind of
be
get their
kinda cool to
experience.
do.
So if you guys do get the Lumenate app, please message us and let us know what your experience is, because we would love to talk about that. It's just curious to me to see what everybody else experiences with it. You know, kind of like the AIs. Talking to AIs, everybody has a different experience with their AI. All right, guys. We are getting to the end of our conversation here, and I hope that you enjoyed the topic, and we will continue reviewing more stuff on the journey. Is there anything that you would like to say, Anna? Oh, remind them again about what
Yeah.
we're doing.
So August 25th, Monday evening at Ascension, 7:30, start arriving, grab your headset, find your comfy spot. We do start out with a 40-minute Cascading Sounds for the Soul, goes into the sound bath, and we finish with some beautiful songs of whales. So come out, join us for this beautiful collaboration. We've put so much of our hearts and souls into it, all
It's
three
gonna
of
be
us.
awesome.
It's going to be amazing, amazing. And you know, usual with the candle lights and oils and cards and all of that's still going to be there. The atmosphere is going to be amazing. Just come out and join us, please. You can log in with, I'll leave that to Betty.
Yes, you can go in and visit our Eventbrite for the journey.
Yeah, I could put a link up here in
yes.
the event.
Oh, that would be amazing, Sean. Thank you, Melissa. I really appreciate you popping in.
Thanks.
Always good conversation with you guys, and definitely, like I said, if you guys end up using this app, let me know what your experience is. Send us a message on the
I would
journey.
love to do a show and get everybody able to talk about it. Maybe we can even do a call in or something.
I would love that.
It's a super cool thing. I've been very surprised with it.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to go home and link it up.
Yes,
'Cause
for sure.
I totally enjoyed my small experience and I want to continue with that. But I'll do the 1 month and go
Yeah.
from there.
And then you test it out, and if it's
Mhm.
something that you want to expand or do again,
Yeah.
then just expand it. Or I guess you can change it. He said, or go month to month. It's
Yeah.
up to you.
Yeah, try it for a month, and if it increases, then get the year because
For
it's worth
sure.
it to save the money. But
Oh, Tony
if it
says.
fades away after that,
Tony says she's definitely giving it a try.
let us
There
know,
you go.
Tony. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk with you about it
Yay.
next time.
I love it. I love
We'll
it.
see you guys next week. This is gonna be a normal weekly time every week, Thursday at 7:30. Come and join us.
Yes. Thank you
So
guys
much
so much.
love.
Come see us.
Come see us. See you there, Tony.
And we are broadcasting on the Journey Frequencies app too at 7:30. So if anybody wants to download the app on iOS, it's the Journey Frequencies. And then on Android, it is Live 365, and then select the channel for the Journey Frequencies.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You did good at remembering all that.
Not for answers, but to feel
You didn't do
we're
so
not
good.
It's all
alone.
No.
those magic
You
lights.
didn't remember any of it.
This is the journey.
Thank you so much. Come back next week.
Ah.
We'll have more topics for you.
We walk
Maybe.
the unknown.
Maybe.
You guys have a good week.
Wide
Bye.
open hearts. Share